Now we will start with part 2. In this part, we will learn what's a protractor and why do we use it. Also, we will learn a type of angles, then how to measure an angle, in the end, how to construct an angle with given measurement. The instrument that we use to measure an angle is called a protractor. A protractor has the shape of a semi-disc, and a semi-disc has a center. This point is the center of the protractor, and on a protractor we have a set of numbers starting from 0 till 180, and another set of numbers from left to right going from 0 till 180. We use a protractor to measure an angle by placing first the center of the protractor on the vertex of the angle, because in fact measuring an angle is in fact measuring the amount of rotation that we need to do to go from the first side AB of this angle to reach the side AC. For example, here, if the two sides are on top of each other, they form an angle of 0 degrees between each other, and the bigger the rotation is, the bigger the angle is, we measure the amount of rotation or the curve to go from AB to AC in degrees. So this is the unit of measurement of an angle, degrees. And if you notice here, it's getting bigger each time when the rotation is bigger until we reach the maximum angle, the 180 degrees angle. Now let's remember the 4 types of angles. First type of angles, in case the two sides AB and AC of this angle are glued together, they represent one side, so the surface between them is non-existent, so the angle formed is equal to 0 degrees, and we call it a null angle. So an angle of 0 degrees is called a null angle. An angle that is greater than 0 degrees but smaller than 90 degrees is called an acute angle. If an angle is equal to 90 degrees exactly, it's a right angle. And if an angle is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees, it's called an obtuse angle. And if an angle is exactly equal to 180 degrees, it's called a straight angle. In a right angle, we notice that the two sides AB and AC are in fact perpendicular. We put the code of the right angle. And in a straight angle, the two sides AB and AC are opposite to each other. AB is to the right, AC is in the opposite direction to the left. So here, an acute angle, if we will watch this animation, it goes from 1 degree up to 89 degrees. This is an acute angle. These are all possible acute angles. An obtuse angle is an angle that is greater than 90 degrees, 90 point something, till 179 point something degrees. So it's between greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees, as you can see in this animation. Now a right angle equals exactly 90 degrees. So this is an example of a right angle. If we rotate a right angle, it doesn't mean that its type will change. No. As long as the two sides are perpendicular, it will remain always as a right angle. This is a straight angle. A straight angle is equal to 180 degrees exactly. And also, it doesn't matter in which direction the two sides are. Don't forget that AB and C are in fact collinear points, and they are all located on the same line. And it doesn't matter in which direction we draw a straight angle. As long as the two sides are opposite to each other, they form a straight angle equals to 180 degrees exactly. Now we are going to learn how to use a protractor to measure a given angle. Here we have an angle BAC of vertex A and of sides AB and AC. First step, we place the center of the protractor on the vertex of the angle on vertex point A. Then I notice here that we have two 0 degrees lines, one to the right, one to the left. Since AB is drawn to the right, I place the 0 that is to the right on AB. So I rotate my protractor. Until the 0 degree is placed on AB exactly. This is not the 0 degree line, no. This is the 0 degree line, so be careful. Now, I should now check through which dash is the second side AC passing through. So let's count 0, 10, 20, until we reach this dash. So after the 20, I count 1, 2, 3 dashes. So this angle measures exactly 23 degrees and it's an acute angle. In this example, if I want to measure the angle CAB, once I place the center on A and the 0 on AC, I will notice that AB is too short. I cannot tell through which dash is the side AB passing through. In this case, with my ruler, I extend the side AB as much as needed. I don't need to extend AC here. So I place again my center on A and the 0 on AC. I count from the 0 to the right. I follow this set of numbers. I reach 60, 61, 62 degrees. It's a 62 degrees angle. So in this case, I needed to extend the side AB. Now let's measure this angle. First step, I place the center of the protractor on point A, the vertex, the 0 degree on AB. I count from 0 till through which dash is AC passing through. Since AB, the first side, is also drawn to the right, I start counting from the 0 to the right. I look at this set of numbers. I don't look at this other set of numbers. I ignore all the numbers above here. So AC is passing through this dash. So here, is it in fact 42 or 142? Since I'm following this set of numbers, I notice that the measurement of this angle is in fact not 42 degrees, is 142 degrees. 141, 2. And this angle is equal to 142 degrees. It's an obtuse angle. Now let's measure this angle. Same as we did earlier, I place the center on vertex A. I make sure here AC, if you notice, is drawn to the left, not to the right. So I place the 0 to the left of my protractor on the side AC. Then I start counting from 0 until I reach the dash in which through line AB is passing through. So I count 0, then I follow this set of numbers this time, not the other set, the set above, until we reach this dash. It's in fact 50, 1, 2, 3, 4. I count the small dashes after the 50, and the angle is equal to 54 degrees exactly. So this is an acute angle. So be careful here. It's not 134 degrees. It's wrong because an acute angle cannot be equal to 134 degrees. Now let's measure this angle. So as first step, I place the center of my protractor on vertex A. Here I notice that AC and AB are not drawn in a horizontal direction like the earlier examples. So that's why I need to place the 0 on one of the two sides. Let's start with AC. I rotate my protractor until the 0 degree line is on AC. Then I count from 0 until we reach the dash in which AB is passing through. So I follow the set of numbers above, starting from 0, 80, 90, 100, 110, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's equal to 114 degrees. So this is an obtuse angle measuring 114 degrees. Of course, we can also measure this same angle by placing the 0-degree line on AB. So if I place the 0-degree line on AB and I start counting by following the 0 to the right, since AB is drawn to the right, I follow this set of numbers, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, you will obtain the same answer, 114 degrees. So it doesn't matter on which side I play the 0, if on AC or AB. In all cases, the same measurement is obtained.